So where we left off last time is I was trying to install a dual battery isolator, but we kind of ran out of time, and here we are about a week later. So my plan is to start with that. So yeah, basically we have the battery here. We have the positive terminal already set up. And then yeah, the secondary battery is somewhere in here. Hey Todd. Welcome and welcome back. I'm BK. This is Todd. And in this episode of My Cartoon Life, we'll be working on Dee, our 2007 Toyota Yaris. We're currently installing a dual battery isolator. Todd's Kyle from Night Shift Customs dog. He's hanging out with me today. He really likes this ball. Hey Todd. Can you jump for the people? Todd, come here. That way. Go that way. Go, Todd. Besides wiring the batteries in parallel, we also need to vent it. So we have this, and I guess that's all it is. A hose and a thing. So there is a hole underneath where the tire is, so we're gonna run that hose there. In order to get to it though, we're gonna have to take off all this stuff, so let's get to it. All right, now that we have all of this cleaned up, you see how we have these like rubber grommets here? We can unplug these to get some maybe even this one. Seems pretty small. That has wires already going into it, so if the cable will fit there, seems like maybe that's the best route. Maybe the gas will damage the wires. I don't think so. So what we're trying to do right now is see if this ventilation hose will fit into where those wires are. It seems like it will, but I don't think we're gonna use that one. I know this one goes straight into the floor, but I would like to drill a hole in it to use it, so that way, you know, we just don't have a full hole. Okay, so I managed to make a cut in there, and now we have a hose, and we're just kind of working this one in. We're just about to give it a little bit of persuasion. Then we can work on wiring our secondary battery to the dual battery isolator and then to the main battery. Ran the wire, I ran it underneath there, and then yeah, so it's all good. I keep saying wire, but it's a hose. So we ran this hose underneath there, so now it can vent the gas, and I'm gonna put everything back in. And then fortunately I left my socket set in Vegas, but we will need to get one before we get on the road, because I feel so much anxiety without having a socket set. Anyways, I have wrenches, so we're gonna use wrenches. Now that we have the cables running through the cabin, we've got the negative set up, and we have our 80 amp fuse, our inline fuse hooked up to the positive terminal. So what's left is we need to split this wire. So our white wire is our negative and our black wire is our positive. We're going to cut the positive wire and then put some of it here and then to the battery, and then the rest will go here. Then the line that's coming from the positive battery will go there. So we'll cut somewhere there. We have to kind of decide where we want the isolator to go. I'm thinking like alien tape here, up here. If we could just like, yeah, alien tape it at some point would be pretty cool. Okay, we're all wired together now. I'm gonna put the back plate on in a second, but we've got to collect some heart-shaped rocks and bring them back to Brittany. would you like yours today? After some fun times hanging out in the mountain and getting some of the most delicious pies I've ever had, we are back. That was a wonderful time hanging out with my family. I quite like pot pies, and that one was delicious, very buttery and flaky. It had all the right like good things in it. It was creamy, but not like, it wasn't too thick, and yeah, the chicken was tender and delicious. Dual battery isolator hooked up ish, and now I'm gonna try to see if the car blows up. Okay, so nothing's on fire. We have been running the battery without really driving the car, so it makes sense. The dual battery isolator is on, showing 14.1 volts. Yeah, see, we grounded it. So to really finish this off, we're gonna need to, well, put the back plating on, and then I want to alien tape it here. They don't have alien tape. They just have duct tape kind of stuff. This says 8 pounds, so it's $5. I kind of want to try that. I'm glad we put the 10-inch suspension on this thing. It handled, it's like, it feels great. Okay, the dual battery isolator is working, but I seem to have lost the screws and the backing for this. It's got to be in the car somewhere. So I'm gonna find it. The next piece of this electrical system is gonna be this cigarette lighter. So let's hook that up. Probably shouldn't be testing this with my most expensive device and important, but there we go. We're dropping 13.1 now. I mean, we're making progress. It's functional. I'm gonna cut those ties off, and then we will probably put the power strip up here. Okay, now we're gonna try to turn on the CRT. Yeah, it's not connected. Connecting. The power's not working now, so maybe through this process we broke something. It's got a red light on the inverter, so I'm not sure what that means. If maybe the CRT was too strong for the inverter. Well, unfortunately, it's got a red light, and I don't know if we broke it with trying to use the CRT or if it just broke, but it's not working. I think it looks rad. So the internet says that this is 4 pounds. They're supposed to hold 8 pounds. There's 2 on there, so I don't know, hopefully it doesn't fall. Feels pretty sturdy. It might wiggle off and then fall, is what I'm worried about. So maybe I put another thing somewhere so it doesn't wiggle, but it's at a kind of like a angle, so I don't see that happening.